Tom and Jeffrey, thanks for participating at today's meeting. Today we'll be talking about Vex Robotics, and let's start from the general overview, right? Let's somehow build it here. Okay, and how about teachers, Jeffrey? Like, for example, like what kind of attitudes do you have in China? Like, is there any governmental programs who has motivates teachers, which is like encourages teachers to learn, to upgrade their knowledge? Maybe they add some, I don't know, like salary, or they give some other kinds of incentives. Is there any kind of like program or strategy towards that?
I think for this one, because the development of the robotic teachers in China is also divided in many different stages. At the beginning, there is no at the beginning of the robotics education in China, there is no professional robotic teachers in China. The teachers may be from like the IT teachers or like the physical teachers. But for this kind of teachers, they how to say, they learn the robotics by themselves. And some of the teachers become the professional robotic teachers by their study. You see, like Tom, maybe, yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, this is the first stage. And then we move to the second stage. Because now there are some very famous robotics in China, so the government will arrange some professional robotics teachers to train the other teachers. They are just beginner for the robotics. So this can make more teachers to become professional. This is like the second stage. And for the move to the maybe next level, like stage 3. So the government will use the formal teacher training and the certified program to let more teachers to join the robotics education. Yeah, it's something like this. It's different stage. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, like you were saying that, first of all, teachers must be like learning every day, and they must be curious about the new knowledge and the new educational platforms, right? And
yeah, then, I think at the beginning, because in China, because we start to learn, when we start to learn the robotics education, there are very few teachers in China also. So, but some of them, maybe they like the robotics education they like it very much. So they take a lot of time to study the know-how for the robotics education. They can get very good results. So first, there are very few teachers to become the professional teachers by themselves. This is like we call it the seed teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and then the like more knowledgeable teachers must like cascade their knowledge to the other teachers, like you're saying, yeah, right?
Yeah. So the seed teacher can share their experience to others to let more teachers to become professional. And this is like the second stage. And move the next one, maybe the government can issue official the teacher training or certified programs. Yeah, to make the program, so to make the development more official. Yeah.
Tom,
so we more teachers.
Cool. Thank you very much. Tom, what do you think? Can we apply to that like experience to our teachers, like based on your experience and knowledge? Like you've been teaching in Kazakhstan for more than 5 years, like 7, 8 years. Like, do you think that it is like applicable in Kazakhstan? If yes, how? If no, like how do you think our way to develop?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's lessons we can learn from structure of robotics education in China. Obviously, some things are working. One of the things that makes it difficult here, in my experience, is that potentially the very good teachers have more opportunity in private sector, right? There is less incentive to stay in teaching.
So basically, like you're saying that we have to be, government has to put like more incentives to motivate teachers to learn, to educate themselves and to grow, right?
Yeah, exactly that. And some of the ways that Jeffrey is talking about the government supporting the robotics, I think definitely you need that incentive. You need that encouragement to move it faster, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if from our attendees you have some questions, please note them to the Q&A section. We'll try to answer them all. Okay, and the next question is again to you, Tom. I mean, again, based on your experience, what do you think? How do you think the school management should treat extracurricular activities like educational, like robotics? I mean, how is it is organized in the US, for example? Because based on our experience, again, I mean, I'm not saying that our managers are bad or principals are bad. I mean, I'm just saying that it is more the perception of educational robotics is more we treat it as a toy, as a toy that students can play and then forget about it and then go away to their classes. I mean, what do you think we should treat it as a toy or as something else?
I think it's much more valuable in terms of education for our students than almost any other subject, because it's in STEM, you're developing so many skills at the same time, skills that will be helpful in their future, and also things that the students can enjoy. And education can and should be enjoyable.
Okay, you're saying that we have to somehow manage to balance the joy, the excitement, and fun things and the knowledge, right?
No, I'm saying that students can learn and have fun at the same time. For example, look at this engineering notebook that students do. They are practicing writing English. They choose to do that, and they enjoy to do that. And, of all of the language skills, writing is almost always the weakest one. And you have this opportunity to develop your writing skills and enjoy. Education can and should be fun. Learn and have fun at the same time. Why not?
Okay. And what if for example, I mean, with the student hat in my head, what if I cannot write properly in English? I mean, what if my English skills are very, very basic, I mean, is there a room for mistakes or any kind of yeah?
Of course, it's a process. Education is a process. So nobody, you in robotics, you do not in day one come up with perfect robot. That's the idea of designing, testing, experimenting, and then going back, trying to implement new ideas. And a lot of the engineering notebook is exploring different ideas and brainstorming with your teammates. It's development for your robot and development for all of the other skills as well.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. And again, if we go back to the strategy overall, countrywide strategy, yeah, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that there should be a sort of a strategy or a plan, nationwide plan, for Kazakhstan, how to develop education robotics? I mean, why I'm asking that? Because for now, it seems that we're just doing every sort of competition. Everything is in there. I mean, it's not regulated. We have no kind of a roadmap plan. We have no a strategy that we're going to develop. Do you think if we kind of come up with a strategy for a country, it would be much more better, or do you think we have to make it like a business, like a market, when like someone enters, someone goes away?
I think for this one, I think first, I think there should be one strategy to do this kind of job, because the education is not a short time job. It need a long term, how to say, long term arrangement and plan for how to do it maybe in Kazakhstan, because I'm not very familiar with your education system in Kazakhstan. But I can give you some how to say, some example how we do in China. Like just now I said, in China, first I think the government, because education in China, the good school and good university are public, so the education is very important to point the direction of the education in China. So, like I said, the Chinese Ministry of Education, they will, how do you say, issue many policies to encourage the development of robotic education. Not only robotic education, like the artificial intelligence, the coding, and the robotic education in China. They will make many policies to encourage the development of this quality-oriented education. Yeah, so the government is very important. Then if we give the submit policy, then how do you say? Because in China we have the many provinces, so the province will how to say prepare the local policies according to the government policy. So they will give many local policy to help to make the robotics, like the robotics education, more popular in the local. Yeah, and also, like I said, because in education is very important for the children. Like just now you said, students will learn a lot of abilities from the education, but also from the robotic education. They can learn like the mechanics, math, physicals, a lot of things in the robotics education. So, and also when they know that there is not only the education, they also can get a lot of things from how do you say, from when they join the competition. Like I said, good universities, they will recruit the students with good results in the robotics competition in priority. This also will encourage the student to take more time to learn the robotics. Okay. Yeah, this is a win-win. Yeah.
So basically, like you were saying that, there should be there should be some incentives from the government, and like the students, teachers, and parents have also. I mean, they must also think about their future, and then they have to act accordingly, right?
Yeah, because in China, like I said, now not only the parents but also the teachers and the government, they recognize the students, the next generation. They can not only learn like the Chinese, math, English. They will learn more abilities and skills, because in the future, how do you say, the change is very quickly. They should learn more ability to face the quick change in the future. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. And look, what do you think, Tom? Like, I mean, is there like anything that you wanted to add? I bet you have something to add, because.
Oh no, I was nodding my head. I thought Jeffrey's answer was beautiful. Of course, we live in a new world, and it's a fast-changing world, and you have to be good with technology. You have to be able to, work fast and work with others. And again, robotics really promotes these 21st century skills in the best possible way. That's why for me, I was math teacher before, but then once I saw robotics and saw the amazing educational benefits, including for math, yeah, it's the best. I think
Yeah.
Jeffrey said it very nicely.
Okay, cool. Okay, I mean, like considering that you were a Native American, maybe like you know, like secret of America's like success. You know, I mean, they have, I mean, they kind of always attract the smartest, the talented, the best like students. Like what do you think? Like we have to do that we would be more interested to the like general, I mean, other countries.
To be honest, even as an American, I need to say that I think there's more Kazakhstan can learn from China. Of course, there are some wonderful and excellent teams in America, but that seems more to depend upon specific, very motivated individuals, maybe schools who just have a few people who really love it and really focus on that. I don't see the same big policy in America, and that's why, yeah, there's a lot of teams in America. Some are really good. Yeah, some are working, but overall, I can say the level of competition in China is just so high and really impressive.
Okay, we have touched the very interesting question about the girls. I know that Vex has put a lot of attention to Vex Girls Power, and like to our audience, if you could tell briefly about the Vex Girls Power, you or Tom, like what is it? Why is it? Why do we need it? Like, and to whom is it?
Well, do you want to go, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think for the girl power is something like this, because I think I don't know what's the situation in Kazakhstan, but the situation in China, you know, the most of the students for the robotics education is the boys. They prefer, for comparing with the girls, the boys prefer to and have more interest in for the robotics and engineers. But like for the Vex, for our mother company, we want to encourage more girls to join the robotics and engineer. So we have how to say, we have a prize only for like the girl power. We want to encourage more girls to join this game, to love the robotics and also love engineer. Yeah, this is how to say, this is our target for the girl power. So in the competition, if one team, all the members are the girls, so they have the how to say, they may get the prize for the girl power, but also they need to have the good robotics and also have a good results during the competition.